So the life of the flesh is in the blood. So it is the blood that makes the flesh alive. To prove to you that there is life in the blood, even when the blood is outside of the flesh, the blood will keep the life of the flesh for itself. And the blood can live by the life of the flesh. God is saying to Cain, the voice of your brother, Abel, is crying to me from the ground. The voice of the blood, not of the flesh, of the blood, is crying to me from the earth that opened its mouth to receive your brother. So you can't have the voice of the blood unless the blood has a life. And the blood cannot cry unless the blood has a feeling. The murder that occurred, it was the blood that felt the pain, and it was the blood that communicated. Yep. So that soul is in the blood. The feelings are in the blood. The sight is in the blood. The hearing is in the blood. Whilst your body is lying there, your blood is busy communicating with God for vengeance. Not just the blood of Abel, also the blood of Jesus that speaks better things. Can I show you something? Sure. Yes, sit down. Yes, sit down. You see, when something is about to happen, just like when I was talking to you concerning the lamp, which is according to the family, right? Because there is need for every firstborn to die in Egypt. Every firstborn has to die. Including those that are in the house of the Jewish people. A spirit has been released that comes to kill every firstborn. Every firstborn, in every house there is a firstborn. So there must be death in every house. But God is giving them a formula. If you don't want the actual firstborn of a man to die in your house, get what?
A lamb.
The lamb has to be a firstborn. What you do with the flesh, you eat the flesh, but the blood, a special instruction was given concerning the blood. Put it on the doorpost so that the appearance of the blood on the door becomes the message. And the angel that is coming to kill is able now to decode, interpret the language of the blood. So here comes the angel that is coming to kill every firstborn, and he gets to the door. What he sees is the death of the firstborn. But the firstborn now is not the firstborn of a human being, but the lamb has died instead of the what? The firstborn. So he turns his back because he's not saying, I'm not going to kill here. He's saying, death has already occurred. The firstborn here has died. So what they were supposed to do is, instead of losing your son, you must find something else that dies in his stead. And for your son not to die, you must find something else that you kill. It's you killing it. So that he doesn't kill your son. Sit down, please. So there is a language on the door that has to be respected by the angel of death. It means so he went to every house and there was death in every house. But the Jewish people knew how to replace and to substitute so that they would not lose their loved ones. It has to be Jesus dying in your place so that your life is spared. If there is life in the blood, there is language in the blood. The blood can cry because the blood can feel. It means the soul of the man is in the blood. Now, here's what is happening. Jesus now, he comes, he dies. Then we all know that Jesus really died. His blood is not only needed out of his body, his blood is needed on the altar. A picture in the Old Testament of the blood of the lamb that was sprinkled on the mercy seat for remission, for the covering of the sins of men. Now Jesus, as the high priest, has to get into the most holy of holies. Not the one that was built on the earth. Moses had seen the actual one in heaven, and he went on to build a replica. So there's the actual temple. If you have an ark on the earth, you have the actual ark in heaven. If you're putting blood on that ark down here, there must be the actual blood of Jesus on the actual ark by the actual priest, Jesus himself, a real priest. So he enters into the temple after, this has to be after his death. He must be dead at the same time he must be alive to carry his own blood. So the part of him that carries his blood, which is his life, it has to be another life. Hear this. So you have one life carrying another life. Two individuals that coexisted, the same way that you are coexisting now. For Jesus to go and present his blood as the high priest, he had to be alive, but putting his other life on the ark. A priest who is getting into the most holy place is not supposed to be touched for days. He's not supposed to get anywhere close to a dead body.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Are you following this? Sit down. Can I show you something? Yes. So Jesus, as the high priest, who is supposed to enter into the heavenly tabernacle, which is spiritual, him being spiritual also, after his death, there is a part of him which is not supposed to go anywhere close to his body because his body is dead. So you have Jesus in existence in two places. He is alive in hell, preaching. At the same time, his body is in the grave. Where he is, he's touching lives. Whilst his body is busy dead or dying, he's gone. Sit down, let me show you something here.